Emerging diseases are basically those infections which are due to newly identified and previously unknown infections which cause public health problems either locally or internationally. This is according to the WHO report of 1997. So basically, when a disease is caused by an organism that is newly identified and not known previously to infect humans or has changed susceptibility to an anti-infectious drug. It was present before, but it was not prevalent among human beings. And suddenly, due to some genetic shift, mutations, or environmental changes, it has it has started harming human beings. Or has become susceptible to any of the anti-infectious drugs which were being used by the population. So those diseases are termed emerging diseases. Can you give some examples of emerging diseases?
Nipah virus,
Yes, correct. Where was the outbreak happening? Where did it
Kerala.
happen? Yes, correct. And who has answered this, Akansha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so Nipah is there. What
Also,
else?
also Zika virus.
Ebola,
What? I
Ebola
heard.
virus.
Okay, and
and and I said Zika virus.
okay. So globally, let's see some examples of emerging diseases globally. So COVID-19, all of us know it, right? COVID-19 तो पता होगा सबको? You,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, you have any idea corona vaccine was already being used among pets? If any of you have pets or your neighbors have pets, cats and
Yes,
dogs.
ma'am. It was used. Like it was not mandatory back then.
Yes, yes, but it was there in their immunization program. So ideally, they were vaccinated against corona virus. So in 2019, as we saw, a new disease emerged globally, which was we suffered from the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so there are some more examples of SARS coronavirus outbreak 2002, 2003. I remember I was studying in school in West Bengal, and those students who had cough and cold, they were barred from attending school. Means even if we went to school and we were seen coughing or sneezing or any of the respiratory problems, if any of us were having, we were immediately sent back home. So it was a it created a havoc amongst the population. I think you people were born by then, 2002, 2003. You were very small.
Just one.
Okay. So you weren't, I think I was in class 3 or 4, I remember, and I was very scared because even I was sent back home. Then came MERS, Middle East. This is also an example of emerging disease, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. Or again, a coronavirus outbreak, 2020, 12 में ये हुआ था. Then we have Ebola, major outbreaks in Africa. I think Deepto had said Ebola. Then Zika, one of you said Zika. So Zika virus outbreak was there in 2015, 2016. Then we have avian influenza virus and monkeypox as we all know it. Okay. So coming to India. India, I think Akansha said Nipah virus outbreak in Kerala. It has happened multiple times from 98, then 2018, then if I'm not wrong, 21. And recently also it was there in 23, I guess. Then we had again COVID-19 भी बोल सकते हैं because it affected India as well. So there's something known as tomato flu. Have you heard it? Tomato flu? No?
Yes, ma'am. Just in the news.
Yeah. So basically the name came because the eruptions which were happening, it basically affected children below the age of 6 years. So the eruptions which were happening across the body, they looked like tomatoes. So from there, the name tomato flu came. So it is basically caused by a virus from the enterovirus group. Okay, so it was reported in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Odisha in 2022. Then what else do we have? Anything else?
Food poisoning.
Food poisoning is something else. Okay. Avian influenza. ठीक है, स्पोरैडिक आउटब्रेक होता है ना, बोलते हैं चिकन मत खाओ, पोल्ट्री मत खाओ, बंगाल में बहुत होता है. ठीक है. So basically clear about emerging disease and how it is differing from re-emerging, I guess. ठीक है. So now coming to re-emerging diseases. So re-emerging infectious diseases are those due to the reappearance and increase of infections which are known but had formerly fallen to levels so low that they were no longer considered a public health problem. Means that it did exist in the population, but the numbers were so low that it was not a public health concern. But because of some changes, there is a flare up of cases, and then it becomes a public health concern. Means it was there, it was contained, now it comes back. So, a disease caused by an infectious agent previously known to infect human has re-entered human population or changed in epidemiology are called re-emerging infections. Okay, so just by the name, you can write what is emerging and re-emerging infection. And now I want some examples of re-emerging infections. Anyone?
Drug resistance TB.
What? Again? TB?
Drug resistant TB.
Yes, yes, yes. Merunissa, very good. Drug resistant TB. What else? Okay, let's see. So Meherunissa said drug resistant TB. Anyone else wants to give a try? It's already written. Okay. So drug resistant TB, malaria, chikungunya, then we have dengue fever, measles. Okay. Time and again we have dengue outbreaks in West Bengal. Okay. So globally also TB, malaria resurgence was seen. Cholera periodic outbreaks in seen in Asia and Africa. Then measles outbreak seen in developed countries due to declining vaccination coverage. This is very important. Okay. Then dengue fever increasing the global burden. So these are some examples of the re-emerging diseases both globally and in our country. Okay. So basically our question was explain why emerging and re-emerging diseases are considered as global threats. So there can be multiple reasons. Okay. So these are the reasons. Rapid global spread. So can anybody explain rapid global spread?
Because of lack in immunization schedule, these viruses again begin to appear in the whole population or community and spreading at a very rapid pace.
Yeah, that is fine. Okay, fine. See,
Some of the diseases are airborne transmitted, so they get transmitted easily.
yes, and we have a lot of travel and trade. Now, from traveling from one place to another, there's so much of trade happening every day. So it is so intense that their disease, they no longer stay confined to geographical regions. Okay. So transmission becomes very, very easily across continents, countries. It was very much evident in the case of COVID-19. Within days, the disease spread from one country to the next. Okay, then we have a ever rising problem of antimicrobial resistance. So many re-emerging infections, as you had told me, like TB, malaria, cholera, they have developed resistant to antibiotics and drugs. So making them much harder to treat and control. Okay, so resistance, very much seen in TB, right? So why global threat? First, they can spread very easily across the globe because of easy trade travel. Then they become resistant to the antibiotics which are being used to contain them. Then there is urbanization and overcrowding. As we had studied, that due to urbanization, overcrowding will occur because people from villages, they will suddenly shift to the cities who are not prepared to provide for such a big population. So what will happen? They will start living in very clustered areas which are very much enclosed. So disease spread will become very easy because of increased contact. And then again, when people are living in very limited spaces, there will be limitations for storing water, food, and everything. So again, it will be very easy for vectors and reservoir vectors to breed and for the disease to spread very easily. That is why urbanization and overcrowding also aids in the uh, spreading of these emerging and re-emerging diseases. Okay, coming to high mortality and morbidity. So as you had told me, Ebola, Nipah, all these have very high fatality rates. Right? So, or even if they don't have very high fertility rates, the other diseases, they have very long-term health effects. Okay, so that is why they become very threatening to public health on a very massive scale. Okay, long-term health implications. So see, this question will be of max to max 5 marks. So basically, if you write the definition of emerging, re-emerging diseases, give some examples. If you remember, if you can give it separately, like globally and in the country, it will fetch you good marks. Then you come to all these points. Always try to write your answers point wise, because the person who is checking your paper, they don't have the time to read so much. So if they can get all those key points and they see that most of your bullet points are mentioned, you will get very good marks. They can even give you 5 on 5 if you write these basic things. Okay, so first, rapid global spread, then antimicrobial resistance, urbanization and overcrowding, high mortality and morbidity of these diseases, which have long-term health implications. These are the 4 points. Now coming further, there is lack of vaccines or treatments. So for several emerging infections, like for example, tomato fever, there is no effective vaccine or cure. So this makes the containment very difficult. Okay, lack of vaccines and treatment. Then there is global interdependence. Basically, this is more or like that we are not being able to contain the disease in a particular geographical area because of rapid trade and travel. So इसी का एक part है that outbreaks anywhere are a threat everywhere these days. So the national health has become an international challenge. Okay. So all the countries are they are dependent on each other. If that is why, as I think Dr. Akash was discussing with you regarding polio, that our neighbors are having the disease very much prominent in their countries, and there is so much of travel. That is why we need to be on high alert for polio. So this is the thing. Global interdependence is also there. Okay. And then there is economic and social impact. Right? So beyond health, these emerging diseases or the emerging diseases, they cause huge economic losses. Travel restrictions, as we had seen in COVID, there was travel restriction, trade restriction. So because of this, there is a social instability, right? So this impacts the whole world. That is why this also aids in these emerging and re-emerging diseases to be a global threat. Right? So we have discussed 8 points. So if this answer comes for 5 marks, first you write what are emerging diseases, what are re-emerging, give examples both globally and in the country. Then you write these points, 8 points. Okay?